There we go. It should be live now, so I don't know if you want to check it. Break.
Let me check.
Yeah.
How's work?
Ugh, work, huh?
I wish Koei Tecmo had actually taken the time to do a dub for Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition at least. Because there's a story being told why you're print laying, and you can't and if you're not like fluent in Japanese, then you can't tell what's going on half the time unless you take the time to read the text, which you're probably too busy killing things to read the text.
Yeah. All right, let me check something out here. I think we're good to go. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Eric, you ready as well?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Welcome, everybody, to episode 490 of RPGrinders. I'm your host, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohorts, Eric the Great, Breakman the Bold. Gentlemen, how are you?
God, we gotta do this again. I'm sorry, what was...
We're contractually...
Yeah, do it with that mug, you mean?
Yeah. We're contractually obligated to do the show. I didn't know if you guys knew that. Like, we all signed the contracts. I
knew I signed something with a lot.
Where's part of the contract where we get money?
Yeah,
I don't know that part of the contract, actually.
The checks in the mail from the sources that I have, Eric. So just keep checking your mail. You know what I mean. It'll be there.
I think your sources are liars.
What's this thing called mail? I only know this thing called email.
My sources at least aren't leakers like what's in the White House, but I'm just saying, You
mean like they've got problems where they're leaking because they're old and incontinent?
Yeah, yellow stains on the underwear is very common. Very common. So, you know what I'm saying? So, there you go. All right, Eric, how was your week, man?
Kind of crap.
Oh,
but
crap
it
again?
got better, but it's still kind of crap.
Are they going to replace that machine or what, man?
I guess eventually we're going to have to get a new machine, but they got it to a point where it's at least working now. Yeah. But with it comes other issues, like the fact that I can't keep up with the rest of the place because the way the machine's set up now, I can't put in as much as I used to, and now it's even harder to determine when I can take a load out.
Ooh. Yeah, just do what you can do, dude. I mean, I'm sure they can't complain about your job performance, or they could, but you could just point out, give me the proper tools and shit'll get better, But whatever. Hopefully that's all good.
It's bad enough that I'm using machine for a purpose that was never intended for. Yeah. The machine was to compress paper. I'm throwing cardboard in there.
Ooh, yeah.
It was never supposed to be used for cardboard. Everybody else is giving me all this shitty cardboard to deal with.
You know what they need is like one of those balers. That
it is a baler. Yeah, it's not an auger though. You're thinking of an auger.
No, I'm thinking of a cardboard baler. Because when I used to work at Best Buy, they used to have a cardboard baler that would squish all that up and bale it up.
That's what it does, but it's not really meant to do that.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. You need to get one a baler that works for cardboard, specific for cardboard. But all right, guys, let's get started with the news. Eric, lead the way.
From Gematsu, we've got a Castlevania game finally, but Castlevania Grimoire of Souls is announced for iOS.
So
only. And apparently in Japan, from what I'm reading.
Well, at least until it gets ported to the PC, which will probably be buggy as shit if it's anything like a Squaresoft port.
yeah,
And it'll probably just be a straight port over the mobile version instead of retweaked.
I would have been
keypad play.
Yeah, I would have been excited for this release, other than the fact that I don't think it's going to come out west, other than PC.
It was one of those ones like I saw the title and I'm like, yes, and I started reading the article and I went, oh.
Yeah, I know. I was the same way, Break. I'm like, oh man, and
I can't tell how it plays, but I got the sneaking suspicion that microtransactions and gacha gameplay is involved.
Yeah.
Because it does seem to take place in the same era that the Ario Sorrow and Donna Sorrow take place in.
Is it a free to play game or is it a pay game? That's
it doesn't say, but you can sign up for the Japanese closed beta test.
Yeah. The screenshots look wonderful. I mean, this.
And you've got like only a couple days before you get an email telling you you're part of the beta test.
Yeah. I'm looking at one of these screenshots and it looks like the lighting is on point. The graphics are great. I mean, it looks good, but hopefully.
Well, it looks good doesn't mean it animates well or plays well.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't have any video.
There's no video footage here.
No video, but from the screenshots, looks good.
At least it's a 2D game, and they didn't go with a 3D engine.
Yeah. Bridget's in chat. What's up, Bridget? Even though she's sitting right here. But it looks good, man. I don't know.
It does look like it's using artwork from Ayami Kojima, though.
Yeah, it's
or at least someone who's emulating that style very well.
Yeah, the very least, the screenshots look good. Hopefully they will, be good to go.
But it doesn't matter since we're getting our own Castlevania game within a couple months from now. Yeah, not to mention the one we're going to talk about later.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about, Eric. Let's move on to the next story break.
Coming to us live from RPG site. Adaware Rumono Zan will be released in Japan on September 27th.
Wow.
I have no idea what I just said.
I have no idea.
Utaware Rumono.
Yeah, what Eric said.
Yeah, what Eric said. The first action spin-off game in that
Zan,
series.
Not Zan.
At this point, I don't even care. Also announcing a September 27th release date in Japan. The game's genre is described as a combo action game. And as you can see in the trailer, but you can't if you're listening, it plays like a hack-and-slash action game that can be seen in Dynasty Warriors, Sengoku Basara, or Fate Extilia game. So yeah, this is just another Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, I'm playing the trailer now.
It's made by Tamsoft, though, so maybe, unlike most of Tamsoft's output, they'll actually put effort into this.
Yeah. I'm looking at the trailer, and I looked at it before, and I'm impressed. I'm not a big Dynasty Warriors guy, but looks pretty good. Looks worth checking out at the very least. All right, next story comes to us from RPGsite.net. Super Neptunia. I know, like plutonium or something. Super Neptunia RPG heading to the West on PS4 and Switch this fall. It's part of the Hyper Dimension Neptunia. I think we all know that.
This is what the Brave Neptunia game is in Japan. This is that game.
Okay. Well, there you go. September... Well, what did I just say? September something. Looks like in Japan... original release the 27th of September this year, and then fall same time here. So we'll be getting it soon. All right, Eric. Next story.
Well, it's a Western developed game. I expect we get it at the same time.
Yeah. All right. Next story. This next story is a quickie. Go ahead, Eric.
Next story is Chrono Trigger on Steam's getting its second major patch update, and here are some of the changes. A new battle user interface has been added on the look and feel of the original Chrono Trigger. An option has been added to select between the UI optimized for controller keyboard or the current one for mouse and touch if you want to do it that way for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And the game can now be paused during battle by using the pause button on a controller or spacebar on the keyboard. So I guess you couldn't do it before, which is really bad.
No,
Wait, you couldn't pause the game?
Not on the iPhone, apparently.
Wow.
Or the iPad.
Wow.
Or any kind of
The
tablet,
iPhone is like the one system you need to pause the most, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Android and iOS, like,
Yeah.
shit.
Since it's a straight mobile port, of course that didn't translate, or it did translate, based on your perspective. But adjusted the look of playable characters in the world map because apparently they were also screwed up, like the actual battle sprites were.
Yeah.
So that's more in line with the original version of Chrono Trigger. The resolution of animated cutscenes has been improved because that was garbage before.
Yeah.
And the display of animated cutscenes has also been increased. So I guess there was cropping before, and now there isn't.
Widescreen.
But fixed instances where the game slowed down during certain scenes, which should not happen on a mobile game of an SNES game.
Yeah. You know, when
Korean font has been updated and other small bug fixes.
Yeah. You know, Eric or Break brings up a good point. That it seems like the pause button is a quote feature. I'm wondering. Remember?
No, they're not charging for it. I was just kidding. Like, it was like Eric said. It was
sure
one of
the
those
original
things,
game
like,
you could pause.
I'm wondering if we're ever going to get to the
Music
point.
would keep going, but the game would pause.
I'm wondering if in the future we're gonna have to pay for options like that. Like you have to pay to be able to have the ability to jump, or have the ability to pause, or have the ability to walk.
There is going to be a game like that.
God of War, God of War is a really, really good game, and I get a 10 out of 10. But one of the things they could have done was not have to buy the moves where you can do a dash attack. That should have just been standard.
Yeah. Well, and along those same lines, if you want the next hour or so of RP Grinders, please insert $10.
Pay to wait.
Yep.
Hey, I mean, Jim Sterling was free to wait, but I said pay to wait because you're basically being convinced to pay for gems so you could get through the rest of the game.
Yeah.
But you're still technically waiting anyways because the game isn't really a game you play so much as you watch.
Yeah.
So you're still waiting technically.
But pay to wait, I like that, or pay to listen. That you know what, we should come up with that concept for podcasts. Pay to listen, and just. I
think Giant Bomb beat us though.
Oh, did they? Yeah. No, I mean like it's metered. Like you go downtown.
Oh, you mean like a telephone line?
Yeah, you go downtown and you look for parking, and it's ridiculously expensive. So you find like a meter and you put in a bunch of change, and it gives you.
That's even worse than a subscription model.
Dude, this is gonna make us millions of dollars. It is not worse. We need to convince everybody to listen to our show that way. All right, Break. Next story.
Coming to us live from RPG site. This isn't unexpected news.
Or maybe we could treat it like Nintendo's Nintendo Switch Online service, where you get a trickle of episodes every so many weeks.
We'll come up with the model. Go ahead, Break.
As no surprise to anyone, Sony will soon cease production of physical PlayStation Vita games.
Yeah.
Along with the recent news that Sony will stop including PlayStation Vita games with the PlayStation Plus Instant Game Collection starting next March. It looks like, according to a new report out of Kotaku... Wait, why am I reading this off RPG site then?
I'd say boo if I weren't over the hardware of the Vita, because a lot of the games that get put on there are ports of other versions on other platforms, and they're not up to snuff performance-wise.
Yeah.
It's just put everything on the Switch now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just the developers gave up on the system a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I guess I can understand why. I mean, it didn't sell.
Yeah.
I don't know how it did across the world, but in America, it was... nobody bought it.
It's a shame.
It's also partially Sony's fault for charging it so much for it, and then expecting it to succeed afterwards, and then giving up on it as soon as it stop lagging instead
Yeah.
of trying to fix it like Nintendo did with the 3DS.
Yep, absolutely correct.
So anyway, the game card production, they're going to finish that up by the end of fiscal year 2018, which would be March 31st, 2019.
Yeah.
Skipping ahead, from the same report, it appears developers still interested in the platform will have until June 28th, 2018 to submit product code requests. So you can still have your games made on the PSP or PS Vita, but you better get to it and send your code in. While the depth of the physical PlayStation Vita production and perhaps a lot of work specialty companies like limited run games can perform.
Fuck limited run games, by the way. I hate their business model.
The PlayStation Vita never really caught on as well as its predecessor, especially in the West compared to Japan. Although it received a refresh in the form of slimmer handheld and redone buttons, among other changes, the Vita
Don't forget the PSTV as well.
The Vita continued to be seemingly a disappointment in the eyes of Sony, and while it has been a bastion for those interested in visual novels and niche RPGs, even those have started to appear in large numbers on the Nintendo Switch, while the Nintendo 3DS continues to perform strongly.
Yeah, the 3DS killed the Vita once they got that straightened out.
Although I think the 3DS is just about done too. I think the only developer that's continuing to support it, or the only two developers that I know of are continuing to support it, are Nintendo and Atlas, because Atlas still has a few 3DS games in the works, like Entry Odyssey X or Cross, whatever it's called,
the 3DS,
and the planned Persona Q2.
Yeah.
We know Nintendo wants everybody to switch to the Switch.
Yeah,
but Nintendo's still supporting the 3DS for as long as it's viable, though.
I was going to say for as long as it makes them money, because it's still making them money.
Oh, yeah.
But their overall plan is to get everybody to buy a Switch, to go from the 3DS to the much powerful Switch.
This is why there's going to be a 3DS version of Captain Toad.
Here's a question for you guys.
Because I want to see how good the 3D looks in that.
Here's a question for you guys. Do you think that Sony or Microsoft's next system is going to follow what Nintendo's doing and have a hybrid system that's like really super powerful?
I'm not sure.
I can see.
I don't know.
It's not going to be till 2025 or something.
Because
it'd be just too difficult to make a miniature handheld PS4 or something.
Why?
Every time
the tech and
Sony
wouldn't be able to fit in a form factor like the Switch.
I think within a year or two, Eric. I think now.
Yeah, within a year or two it'd be possible, but it'd be expensive. So I'm talking about profitable.
No,
okay. So for one thing, both Sony and Microsoft are not resistant to using the others' like products and stuff like that, using their type of technology. But at the same time, they lost a lot of money when they tried to copy the Wii.
Yeah.
With the Kinect and the
motion
PlayStation motion. Yeah, the whatever they call it, I can't remember.
Yeah, but I think
Microsoft
wands
made quite a bit of money with the Kinect. They got exactly what they wanted from it. It's just the Kinect just didn't take off like they wished they.
Well, here's the thing, guys. Because I look at a system like the PS Vita, which is the most powerful handheld system, not counting phones.
No, the Switch is.
Hold on.
I keep telling you, the Switch is
Eric, let me finish my point, then you can correct me, okay? What I'm saying is, handheld systems, that's a hybrid system. That's not purely a handheld system, the Switch. When I look at the Switch, I look at it as...
This is what I beg to differ, Frank. I mean, it is a portable console, which has an input.
Okay,
slot.
Eric, I'm gonna interrupt you because I need to get this point out, and then we can discuss. Okay, what I'm saying is, I look at a system like the PS Vita, which is a pure handheld system that is the most powerful in the world right now. The PS Vita. I'm not talking about a hybrid system like Nintendo's, because most people are going to play the Switch on their TV and then take it on the go if they need to, like go to the bathroom or go to work or whatever. So it's kind of a hybrid system. But the Vita was super powerful. So why can't they transfer some of that tech into the PlayStation 5 and have something very similar. I mean, I'm looking at the Vita now, and they can do something equally as impressive, if not way more impressive than what Nintendo does technology-wise. That's my point, Eric. Like I don't.
So I just told you.
I don't think that that it's out of the realm of possibility, and I think they're going to have to really think about it. I think
I'm telling you, just because they could do it doesn't mean they should do it at this time.
wow.
It's like not only would it be expensive to do, it'd be hard to sell to consumers because it would also be still expensive to sell it to people.
I don't think it'd be
and it will fail for that reason.
Eric,
That's why they probably won't do it.
I
for a
don't
while.
think it'd be as expensive as you think, and I don't think it would fail on Sony's part. Microsoft might have a hard time selling it, but Sony in Japan would probably rake in cash with a hybrid system, just like Nintendo. So,
And like I said, the Switch is a portable console. It just has an TV out device. It's essentially like that connector device that you could use with the PSP.
Let me ask you this question,
play
Eric.
games on the TV.
Eric,
that's basically what it is.
Eric, can you put that console in your pocket?
No.
Okay, then it's not a true portable console. When you can
but you could barely put the Vita in your pocket.
You could
barely
put it in your
3DS
pocket.
in your pocket. Are you going to argue with that?
No, you can put all of those in your pocket.
But it'd be cramped.
No, it doesn't matter. That's kind of the standard that you look at. Like the Switch to me is a little too big for a portable system. It doesn't fold up. It doesn't. There's nothing to. Which, by the way, they have folding technology, which might be something that Nintendo would do before anybody else. But
Nintendo will probably do that next.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Like the flip phone type shit, but
just like make it more like the 3DS, and so it could have a clamshell design. Of sorts.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the tech is not far away, Eric, and I don't think it's as expensive as you might think. Year or two, get that production cost down, and we might. I mean, PS5 might be something, because if you think about PlayStation, right, from the evolution from the first one down to the fifth, PS5, the technology changes, basically, and I mean like basic, not like what Nintendo did radically with their systems. They went from the GameCube to the Wii to the what came after the Wii? The Wii U, then now we have the Switch. So, one of these companies, whether it be Microsoft or Sony, is going to do something, something radical, I think. And my bet's on Sony if they do something, but who knows? Who knows what I'm not.
I really don't think Sony's interested in portable consoles after they've done nothing to help themselves with the last two.
Yeah,
they give up too easily. So if they give up that easily on those two devices, what makes you think they're willing to do it a third time?
Probably third-party support. I think Sony has huge third-party support. So if Sony were to come out with something, they'd have support. But let's move on to the next story break.
I actually had 2 points I wanted to make on that.
Go ahead.
First off, the PlayStation 1 through 4. I mean, really, they weren't that vastly different types of systems.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
So
they
them
were
moving
basic.
into to a fifth.
Oh, really? Because the last I checked.
I let you guys talk. I let you guys freaking talk. God damn it!
Let Break talk.
I didn't say a damn thing.
Right. Go ahead, Break.
I just sat here. I minded.
He minded his own business. Go ahead, Break. We heard Break's feelings.
I'm sorry. Anyway. No, what were you saying, Eric? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Break.
Okay, basically the systems have not changed, so I have a hard time seeing the PlayStation 5 being something that's changed. You know what I mean? Like, they're all disc-based home entertainment systems.
Yeah.
I don't mean like the technology.
That's what you meant, but
yeah.
Because architecture-wise, you'd be giving a very strange argument.
No, I know
I'm
what.
not talking about that, but the other argument was you were talking about like the cost earlier, and the cost of like the mobile devices and stuff like that. That's gone
way down.
It's gone way down.
Way down.
I think they
I'm talking
might,
about like
at the same time
if you were to put a PS4.
Yeah.
If you were to put a PS4's circuit board into something like the Switch's form factor, you couldn't do it because it's just too big.
Eric, you realize that pretty soon they're going to have a PlayStation Slim, right? PS4 Slim. Like they
already have a PS4 Slim. It's still too big.
No, I know, but I'm saying the tech will get easier and easier and cheaper. Like it goes at technology.
Technology shrinks.
Yep.
It shrinks.
All I'm saying is I watched a video at Digital Foundry explaining why they couldn't do it now.
Yeah, because Digital Foundry...
Even in the future, it's still going to be hard for them.
You know, Digital Foundry's full of shit sometimes. Sometimes I watch their videos and I think they're kind of biased. But what
I'm just saying, like, this is my personal opinion, like what I think. Like, I don't know for sure what the future's gonna hold.
No, and that's what I said too.
I'm saying, like, as far as like the PS4, I do not know what their next move is gonna be.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's really hard for me to say if they'd go with a Switch technology or if they'd stay the same way they've always have, which is like a home entertainment system.
Yeah.
Also, I really don't expect them to call it the PS5. They'll probably just kind of going with a new branding from this point.
Just started calling it PlayStation again. I could see them doing that.
Yeah, I could see them doing that too. I mean, I don't know. It's all exciting to talk about, and you know, E3's coming up, so we'll get more news. Maybe I doubt hardware.
E3 so excited.
I know. This next E3 probably is my most anticipated, despite all the leaks that I've had in a while. So I'm sure we're gonna see more. Dragon Quest there and some other stuff, but let's move on to the next
and Halo 6.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Teabag 6, you mean?
Yes. I hope there's a button just for teabagging.
Yeah, that'd be funny. There is. It's called the X button, right?
I don't think I'll care about Halo again until like they actually make a decent storyline.
Yes. Sorry. What was
Next story break.
Coming to us live from Gamatsu. Code of Princess EX. I won't call it EX to annoy people. Mm-hmm. Launches July 31st in North America and Europe. Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah, and I played the trailer, and it looks pretty good. So, yeah.
You didn't buy the game before, now's a good time, although you'll have voice acting in Japanese, unlike the 3DS release.
Yeah.
This game is coming to the Switch, and it is a action-packed hack-and-slash gameplay featuring customizable RPG elements.
Also supporting Nicholas, which has a number of issues with that company.
Yeah.
This game looks fun.
Nicholas is a company that it's hard for me to recommend supporting, even like especially for original IP that wouldn't exist without them otherwise, because. And by original IP, I'm not talking about something like Crystal Crisis, which is a crossover game featuring games and characters from other properties, as well as their own. But because like they're a flaky company when it comes to like publishing stuff. They're basically on the level that Konami was when it started getting shitty.
Yeah, I mean this game looks pretty good.
I'm talking about like the Silent Hill HD collection shitty.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody's in chat today. That's kind of weird. Bridget's in chat. What's up, Bridget?
Hi.
Slow Cool is in chat, but doesn't say anything. Electrical longboard and electrical skateboard are always in there. Never say anything. I think those are bots, but yeah. No, this game looks okay. I graphics wise, I mean, it's not, on par with like the latest Castlevanias and stuff like that. But it looks, gameplay wise, looks fine. I don't see much wrong with it. Maybe I won't see much wrong with this, although off the bat I do. And this comes to us from Gamatsu. Indivisible delayed to first half of 2019. And then there's a quick little blurb from Lab Zero Games.
I didn't even know this game had a release date. So can we even really call it a delay? Because I don't think it had one.
I don't even. I
hate when they do that. They say something's a delay when there's been no release date announced.
Well, you know what?
Not even a release window. It's like they never said it was going to come out in 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dumb. You can't say it's delayed if they haven't announced it. It means they're still working on it and leave them the fuck alone.
Yeah, maybe they did
And
announce
Shenmue
it.
3 too has also gotten delayed to 2019. Let's just skip that story right now.
Yeah.
I don't think it was going to come out in 2018 either because they never said it was going to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
but
fine.
But is coming out is the Shenmue 1 and 2.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Eric, go on to the Valhalla or VA11 Hall A story, please.
Yeah. VA11 Hall A, basically Valhalla.
Oh, I'm not good with lead speak, so I didn't see that until you guys said it. I was trying to figure out what the hell.
Booze 'em up Valhalla, a cyberpunk bartender action, which is a play on Metal Gear Solid because it's a visual novel adventure game in the vein of Snatcher and Police Knots, which also has ties to Metal Gear because Metal Gear has long cutscenes that kind of remind me of that, like the flow of it and stuff. But it's coming to PlayStation 4 and Switch in first quarter of 2019. Publisher Yeastbird Games and developer Sukeban Games.
Yeah, it's an interesting premise. I don't know if this is something that I might play, but the premise at the very least is interesting. Valhalla, or I hate when they do that. Do you guys like that when they put in numbers for letters? Like anytime I
don't give a shit.
I don't like it.
Well, I'm sure that in the game it's actually supposed to represent a serial code to something.
I guess it represents nothing to me. It just makes it look shitty. Just call it Valhalla.
Anyways, you can buy it available now for PS Vita and Steam for $14.99. So I'm gonna assume that's gonna be the same price once it releases on Switch and the PS4.
Yeah, right. It'll be $29.99 on the.
Or
Switch.
if you already bought it for Vita, I'm sure it'll be a dual purchase release. So if you bought it, you get it.
All right. Interesting. $14.99 is not a terrible price. So
it does feature simplified Chinese and Japanese languages.
Oh,
Japanese players can get in on it.
Yeah, there you go. Japanese and Chinese players. There you go. All right. Next story, Eric. Or I'm sorry, Break.
Coming to us live from Gamatsu. Wait, I already did that one. You did that one. Coming to us live from Gamatsu. Okami HD for Switch launches August 9th in Japan.
Okami.
Yeah, it's okay.
Whatever.
It's only been out for like 10 plus years.
Yeah, it's a great game. Okami, I did not play the HD version. I did get a chance to play the original. Lots of fun. Water painting. It's a good game. Great game. I want to pick this up HD. I'm probably
I've got it on PS4, but I'm considering selling it just to pick up the Switch version.
Yeah. I don't know what's.
Sure, I won't be able to get the 4K support anymore, but at least I'd be able to get on the go. That's worth sacrifice. Plus, I don't have a 4K TV anyway, or a PS4 Pro.
See, that's the problem I have. I have a 4K TV, so those things matter.
Well, the game looks beautiful enough that it's not going to be a significant improvement. I mean, sure, it will look better, but it won't look so much better.
I thought the same thing.
I
thought the same thing until I started playing a game on Xbox, Red Dead Redemption, and for a 360 game, man, that thing looks really good on a 4K TV, man. I don't know.
But you're not.
But that's also a completely different art style.
No,
so
I know.
Meant to look better.
Eric, I wasn't saying it was going to be an all-worldly, game changer, but I'm saying there is a difference. I didn't think there was until I actually started delving into watching 4K movies and gaming and stuff. But yes, I'm a graphics whore. Break. All right, next story comes
You're also
to
Xbox whore.
No, I'm definitely not, man. I like the PlayStation better, but I do like my Xbox for sure. English PlayStation, actually Korean shoot 'em up, Shikondo Soul Eater coming to PS4. And this, I'm going to play a little bit of this. The guys, I'm not a big shoot 'em up guy, but there are certain games, like I remember when, what's that one where you switch back and forth between black and white?
Ikaruga.
Ikaruga. I did like that game, even though it was really difficult. But this shoot 'em up looks pretty. It's got like a Japanese art style, and it looks really good. I would
kind of reminds me of Gohange, but it's like a Korean game.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm totally down for playing a game like this, and Breakman might be interested for the lovely visuals.
And it sounds like the game's core concept for getting higher scores is the bullet eater mode from Ikaruga, where you basically avoid killing the enemies, but you'll absorb their bullet shots.
I wonder.
But I guess that's used to power your attacks later.
I wonder if anybody's ever made a game like a shoot 'em up that you never. If you navigated through it without killing anything, then you get extra or something. I wonder if there's a game.
How about making that the true ending path? Don't fight anything.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Like something like Undertale or something where, you don't really necessarily have to kill everything. But all right, next story, Eric.
Next story is Zonely Enders, the second runner, Mars, has been dated for September 1st in the Americas and September 6th in Europe and Japan.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it, other than the fact that stupid ads. They're going to be sold for $29.99 or €24.99 pounds. Sorry, not euros. I don't know what it is in euros, but I don't know why they didn't list that here. But it's kind of like, it's almost as if they kind of understand pricing parity sucks, so they docked it about 5 pounds.
Yeah.
How nice of them. They should have lowered it even further, but oh well.
That's about what, 35 US, $24.99. I think that's the exchange rate, isn't it?
Yeah, they're still getting screwed.
Yeah, they are.
It's just slightly cheaper now.
Are the wages? You're right there. This a
Sorry about that. I was choked on my drink.
What you call it? The CYAL in chat says this is a podcast. Yeah, we'd like to think it is, but you judge for yourself.
See y'all.
Yeah, see all. The CL.
It's more like a debacle.
The CL is his screen nick. Yeah, we do RPG talk and a lot of just nonsense on this show for the most part. But yes,
Frank likes to think he's right every day.
Yeah.
JRPGs, and then we get into whatever the hell we feel.
Frank also likes talking about things he has no idea what he's talking about.
And usually Break and I fight about a lot of shit, and that type of stuff ensues, and havoc ensues. Basically, is what I'm saying. So there you go. All right, next story comes to us from Gamatsu. 8-bit adventure game Alwa's Awakening coming to Switch this summer. This is refreshing, guys. Check this out. Solve puzzles, fight enemies, and defeat bosses in an interconnected world. The CL is asking, did you talk about Chris Avallone dissing on Obsidian? I don't know the story on that, the CL.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
I haven't really paid attention to Obsidian news in forever, since they hardly do anything anymore.
I do like.
Yeah, well, we mostly stick with JRPGs when we do the news. It's probably,
Yeah, but we do RPGs.
I did review Alwa's Awakening on PC a while back
for
you did? Boston Bash Brigade, so you can read my review. And if you have a Switch, then you can pick up this version. If you haven't bought it already. If you like what you hear with the review.
Yeah.
Consider going to my Patreon. Shameless plug. Hashtag shameless plug.
It looks good. I would assume that you had a good time playing this, Eric, because it looks like NES goodness. So, there you go.
If you've played Battle Kid, it's kind of like that, only it's less intense. It's definitely more user friendly.
Yeah.
And accessible.
Yeah. The CL is talking about Chris Avallone posting on RPG Codex 3-4 days ago that they wanted to force him not to make RPGs anymore. That's interesting. I
Oh,
can't.
that's wrong.
It is totally wrong. Like Obsidian made their bones by RPGs, so I don't see how they can get away from that model. Like, what do they want to do? First person shooters? Fuck that, man.
Here's a quote on. Well, we should do the news, and then I'll read this story. Let's finish the articles that we have, and then
yep.
get to that.
Eric, next story, please.
Next story is I don't know. I spelled this wrong. I made a mistake. I had Gunvolt Chronicles.
Oh,
it's Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger IX.
Cuntvolt? What? No, I'm sorry. What? Oh, is this
Freudian slip, man.
Anyways, Inti Creates has announced Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger IX. Lowercase x is capital for whatever reason. There's probably significance in the game, but I don't know what it is. It might have something to do with his weapon that has an X on it.
Looks good.
Anyways, this is basically Copen's standalone game, and it's like gonna probably be a interquel between Gunvolt 2 and 3.
Looks really good.
And
yeah.
he might not be a complete jerk anymore. Who's basically a murdering racist who kills psychic people because he thinks they're dangerous or something. I mean, they are dangerous, but he thinks all of them are bad.
Yeah,
that's not racist. Yeah. I mean, is psychic a race?
Well,
I know I'm nitpicking, but
they're like the mutants in X-Men, basically.
He's psychicist. That's what he is. Psychic.
They're all called adepts, and they have like wildly different powers. They're not just like psychokinesis and telekinesis.
Yeah,
but don't tell them about us. Don't tell them about me and Frank, though. Don't let them know about that.
Yeah, don't.
Like, we don't want. Me and Frank are psychic. Here we can show it off. Frank, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 1,000,000.
35.
God, every time.
Every single time. Every time. I know. Okay. Break a number between 1 and 4.
Dick.
Man. I'm 2. 2.
Yep, you got it.
Yes.
You got it. See, every single time, man. I don't know what it is, but all right, Break. You get the honor of doing the last story. This is exciting.
Coming to us live from Gamatsu, 8-bit styled Bloodstained Curse of the Moon announced for PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PS Vita, 3DS, and PC. Everything but the iOS, basically. Inti Creates has announced Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. Inti Creates? That's the name of your company?
Yeah.
A retro
They've
style.
Been around for a long time. Yep. They've been around since Mega Man 0.
Yeah.
Really? I've never. Oh, never mind. Anyway, the game, retro style action game based on the upcoming Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. It will launch digitally for PlayStation 4. Yeah, I already said that. On May 24th for $9.99.
Yeah.
So
next Thursday.
It looks really good. This is on the heels of that other game.
I wish I could contact Fangamer so I could get my copy of the game early ahead of people.
That would be cool, man. MXT is in chat. What's up, MXT? But shout out to you. I thought chat was going to be blank today, but we got the CL first timer. What's up, man?
So, yeah, I'm one of the people that actually gave $60 to Iga so he could make his game, and this is the bonus game they did while they made it.
Yeah, that's really cool, man.
Basically, Iga is not involved in this. It completely integrates, but he did say there was going to be a prequel game, which originally was a plan to be a side game, and that wasn't a prequel.
I'm excited for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, but this is awesome, man. I can't wait for these games.
And it's like it's a total tribute to Castlevania 3 because you've got the one dude that's the magic user who's basically Sifia, and you've got the Alucard-like guy who throws bats and turns into a bat, and you've got Miriam who plays exactly like Trevor, and then you've got Zenketsu who basically is Dynasty only without the ability to climb the ceilings.
Yep.
And he has a whip too, but it's only for diagonal attacks.
Yeah. All right. That's
so we were done with the news. So we told the new chatter that we were going to talk about this. Let's see here. Chris Avallone guess I'm pronouncing it right. I don't know. I pronounce everything wrong, so probably I should guess I'm pronouncing it wrong. Sorry, dude. Veteran designer and writer of defunct Black Isle Studios and former CCO of Obsidian Entertainment, involved in the development of games such as Fallout 2, Planescape, Torment, Star Wars Knights of the Republic 2, The Sith Lords, Neverwinter Nights 2, Alpha Protocol, FTL Advanced Edition, Prey, and Divinity Original Sin 2, has taken to the controversial forum RPG Codex to talk about his departure from Obsidian on June 9th, 2015, almost 3 years ago. In the comments section of the lengthy and personal interview, where he even mentioned his mother's battle of cancer, he proceeded to talk very openly about the exact terms and conditions of his departure, and in doing so implicates the upper management of Obsidian in a very delicate and compromising situation. And here's what he said. I didn't get anything when I left Obsidian. There were no share payouts, no equity, and this was in addition to the other logistical problems around the departure. The sudden cancellation of my health insurance, problems with my 401k, errors in Obsidian's accounting, and several existing independent contracts they refused to uphold. Realizing my family issues and the debt therein, however, they did make an attempt to leverage that into a far more confining separation agreement that would remove my right to work on RPGs and my silence in all issues that could pertain to Obsidian or any other company that would be involved with or the CO had a percent in.
Did he have an NDA that said that? Is that what he said?
I don't know. Let me go ahead and finish. Yeah. This includes Fig, Zero Radius, Dark Zero Industries, etc. This included an inability to critique games I've worked on. Much of my critiques on my own games tend to be blunt, and not being able to speak on them felt unnatural to me. I can understand that rule, but the fact that they don't want him to work on RPGs, period, that's wow, that's way over the line.
I know, that's weird. Like you just
that's kind of like Konami kicking out Kojima bad.
Yep. you just heard the list of games that he was involved in, and I think 9 out of those, actually all of them were RPGs, weren't they? Like, I know the guy's talented and all, but to prevent him from doing something that, made his bread and butter from the start, like, I don't see how that's possible, man. I don't think that would hold up in court. He should just make his own company. Go it alone. That's my suggestion. That's my take. I don't know. What do you think, Break?
Well, just to continue, there's more. The company involvement silence worried me more, however, as it meant that anything illegal happened with any of these companies. These could include serious charges like accounting issues, silence on harassment issues with regards to employees, perjury related to company documents and payments. I couldn't speak about the issue, even if I felt strongly against what was revealed. You know what? I agree, but at the same time, that's every company. Every company has that rule. While all this is good and for Obsidian upper management, and is what is... damn it, Ned popped up on me.
I hate that.
Okay, let's see here. While this is good for Obsidian's upper management, is what's sometimes considered good business, quote unquote, I did feel it showed a lack of ethics. I don't know why I said quote unquote, because everything else is quoted.
Yeah.
So anyway, skipping ahead, thank you for contacting us, and this is one of the crowdfunding backers of Pillars of Eternity took to Obsidian's official forums and announced that he requested a refund. The company's CIO, Darren Monahan, one of the original co-founders, along with CEO Fergus VP of Development Chris Parker, CTO Chris Jones, and thank you for having easy names to pronounce, and CCO Avalone. Wrote a personal response to the request, including a placating comment about the episode. Thank you for contacting us, and I'll be happy to take care of that for you. It may take a few days to get the refund on the Fig side, as I need to have them process it, but I can refund the PayPal DLC purchase right away.
Yeah.
Regarding the comments from Chris, we have and still do wish him nothing but the best for him and his family's future. We sincerely thank you for having backed us. Thank you again.
Dungeons in chat, he says, oh wow, the Obsidian news. Yeah, drums, man, for sure.
We're not done either. There's more.
Okay.
There's another one. This is the update. And another let me skip ahead here. The latest revelation from about 2 hours ago which this is I think the 8th, so a week ago or 10 days ago. I'm sorry. Brought up Obsidian CEO Fergus directly when asked whether he had been fired. Sorry, dude. I can't. Every time I try to pronounce your name, I cough. I'm sorry. No, after raising some questions about company finances and other issues, Fergus de-ownered me, which I didn't have a choice in, and then told, "But don't worry, we'll still allow you to work on Tyranny for us." And my response was, "That's okay. You can work on it by yourself." Before this seems unusual in de-owning, was actually a common threat tossed around, so it wasn't specific to me. If anyone raised objections to the event going on, the response was often, "You don't sound like you want to be an owner anymore," and never addressed the actual issues being brought up. Not surprisingly, this shift in being de-ownered, which is a really weird term to me, coincided with taking place shortly before the first royalty payments from Eternity came in, which meant that the surviving owners can... You said surviving owners? Like, what happened? Was there a shootout? Got a much larger share with me de-ownered, and I don't mind that, as I didn't want royalty payments from Eternity, but I don't think the other owners deserve royalties either, except maybe a set amount for Darren for the backer portal work he put in. The team deserved all of it. It was a good business decision, but not good ethics.
Yeah, sounds unethical to me, and it also sounds like the owners had like infighting, and that's never ever good in a business, because then you get situations where two of the owners want to boot one out, or you know what I mean, like it just it seems kind of unfair. I'm wondering if there's going to be some legal ramifications from it. I don't know.
He said a lot more, and I'm just gonna post it in chat. But those were the basic ones. We get it.
Yeah, we get it for sure. And that's man, that really sucks. I don't know what to say. It saddens me, but maybe it sets Chris free to do what he wants to do. I don't know. Usually genius comes out of things like that. I can think.
Well, we are taking one guy's word for it.
Yeah.
Just to say, maybe that's not exactly what happened.
Yeah, we can.
If it is, it's absolutely ridiculous. But I'm just saying we shouldn't jump to conclusions. We shouldn't automatically assume just because somebody says something that's the truth.
Yeah.
But what was said, if that's the truth, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, and I can honestly tell you he handled it correctly. You know what I mean? Like, he said, "No, I'm not going to work on this thing. You can do it yourself." And if you're not appreciated. The CL says, "I think they're just trying to intimidate him. I really don't think you can force a person not to create something." And then Dungeon says, "It was terrible how they tried leveraging what was going on with his wife health-wise against him, if true." Yes,
exactly. If true, that's just disgusting. Yeah. Some of the other stuff we read, that's like he said, unethical, but with his wife, that's just disgusting.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You want your wife to be healthy, right? Well, you should do this.
Well,
they didn't say it, but it's kind of implied at that point.
This just means inevitably, if Chris goes to Kickstarter, everybody's got to support that Kickstarter. You know what I'm saying? That's how you handle shit, with your wallet, not your mouth. All right, homie discounts to Toys R Us. They still doing their...
Yes, and I will actually... No, I'll go ahead and say it now. I was going to save it for a sweeto, but okay. They are up to 50% off on gaming, and we talked about last week if DBZ game was still there, I was going to pick it up, $30.
Yeah.
And it was.
Yes!
I got that. I was checking some other games to see the prices of them, and there was one game that came up for $298.
Yeah.
I'm like, $298? No, $2.98. Really? I'll buy that one.
Oh, wow.
Far out. Jesus Christ.
Fallout.
Far out, man. That's a stoner version of Fallout.
I don't know what I was trying to say. Far Cry 4 for
Far out.
$2.98.
You gotta be kidding me, man. $2.98? You should have bought another copy and sent it to me.
That was the last.
Or me.
Yeah.
It was the last copy. I'm sorry. I would have got more.
All right.
So it was $2.98 before the 50% off.
Yeah.
So I got Far Cry 4.
Yeah, Toys R Us isn't
$1.50.
like completely closing until like July, I think.
Yeah, they still got
July or June. Yeah, they're a lot of their stuff is still about 30% off, but for some reason the games they've just heavily discounted. They're up to 50. I know, nice. I'm gonna take a picture of the receipt.
I forgot to stop it.
Yeah. How dare you?
I'm
I'll
gonna
probably check it out.
Hold on, Eric. What were you saying, Vic?
When I go to see Solo.
Yeah.
I want to go out and go back and like check like a lot more of their games, see if there are any more like games heavily discounted like that. That was crazy. Their systems were still at 15% off, but there was a sign up about things starting to increase or something. So I'm gonna ask them about that next time I go in.
Cool.
'Cause I'm gonna keep checking just for anybody else, even though I don't really need anything at this point. Because I got a bunch of games. Like at this point, I bought a few of them from there.
Yeah,
I don't need anything else at this point. You know what I mean?
I got so many games to pass. Like I'm not even thinking about getting anything right now.
I got review code up the eyeballs, despite the fact that May I thought was going to be a dead month.
Cial says, anyone play State of Decay 2? My answer is no, but that's a game that I'm highly interested in, Cial. So
I don't know. The first one was alright, and the second one's apparently only marginally better.
You know what other one that looks pretty good is Days Gone. That one looks really good. I think that game looks pretty good. Any Twitter questions or comments, Break? Nothing. That's what we get from Break. Well, maybe the CL can send us in comments. We take comments at RPGrinders. Anything that you say can and will be used against you on this show. So, yes, we do take comments at RPGrinders. What have you been playing?
Which just never gets used. Nobody ever tweets me, sends me nothing.
I know.
Like, you know what? I want it to be an advice column. Send me like what your relationship status is. And, if you're having heartbreak issues, like if you're having a fight with your girl, because you aren't cleaning the bathroom,
or you're
like
listening
that,
to RP Grinders, stuff like that.
Yeah, you're listening to RP Grinders when you should have cleaned the bathroom.
Yeah,
exactly. I would advise you to tell that bitch to shut her mouth. You're listening to the show.
Oh, that's sexist, man.
I know.
Here, all right, the CL says
490 episodes, but never heard of this podcast.
I was just gonna say
you're not the only one.
Yeah, you're one of like 6 billion people on the planet that have never heard of our podcast, CL. Were you locals? I'm local, and I know Eric is local, and I know Break is local. I don't know where you're at, but they're local to where they're at. So
we're from Ohio, and Frank's from Colorado.
Yeah, Denver. That's where I'm from. The Mile High City. And they call it Mile High.
Me and Break on the opposite ends of Ohio.
Yeah, you guys are on the opposite ends of Ohio. It's weird. But yes, nobody's heard of this show. So, yeah, we're just a show. 10 episodes till 500. Can you believe that? We've been around for over 10 years, right, Eric? Like, man, crazy.
I haven't been here for 10 years. I've only barely been here for 9, and that won't happen until like July.
Yeah, and I've been doing this show for 10 years. Probably some may say 10 years too long, but whatever. All right, Break.
I wonder who the some people are.
What's that? Yeah, and Break just got here 3 days ago. And
MXC's been here since he's known about chat, I guess.
Yeah. Where's our website? The CL says no website, man. You can go to.
We have a podcast feed, but that's it.
Yeah, we just have a podcast.
We lost the website because Frank's poor.
Yeah, I'm
sorry. Was that allowed?
No, that's absolutely
true. The website
true.
was also just a podcast feed, but now we don't even have a domain to host that.
Yeah, I gotta get. See, that's why we have a nifty tiny URL that directs you to GoFundMe so we can get our URL back. But that's for another day. I'm not worried about that. Break. What have you been playing? Apparently we have. Apparently we have a blog spot according to the CL 7 years ago. that's news to me. News to me,
Wow.
CL. Yeah. All right.
I have no idea.
yeah.
I just started like a week ago.
Wait, where's
I don't
this
know.
link? I'd like to find it and see what it says about us.
Break. How many years have you been with Grinders?
I honestly have no idea.
It's got to
I
be like
didn't pay
7 or
attention.
8, right? Like
Either
something
that
like
or they're stealing our name.
Yeah, probably. It's still everything from me. Oh, rpgrinder.blogspot.co.uk.
Yeah, that's totally not us.
That's totally not us.
It's RP Grinder.
How dare you? How dare you steal our name? RP Grinder, fake RP Grinder in the UK. How dare you? Yeah, it's with an S. That's the distinction there. But what have you been playing, Break?
I go to Podbean and I do a search for a show, and what comes up is
Sounds
episode
like it's about
94,
MMOs, though.
Episode
featuring
9.
Eric.
What?
I don't know what's going on.
What is
It's
going-
probably my stupid connection.
Yeah. All
What are
right.
you
You know
saying?
what? Because I forgot to plug in my my wire because my internet on this laptop.
What?
Anyway,
Oh yeah, I just remembered. Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2 comes out on Switch next week.
Oh,
X Legacy Mega Man X.
yeah.
No, Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2. X is July.
That is fucking weird. Like I
Oh,
just,
what's this? Are you talking about on the Wii or the
On the Switch, yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My bad.
yeah,
No
that's
results
that's
found.
weird.
He's gonna coming up with it too. What the hell?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Let me you keep talking. I'm sorry. What was that? What have I been playing?
Yeah.
I've been playing the same stuff I always play. Yeah, for new listener, I play the same shit over and over again. So I've been playing mostly the South Park phone game. They do an event every week, and this week it's to get a new character, which I would like because he's a legendary character, which probably means he's strong and shit, which would be awesome. I played a little bit of Gears of War 4, but I think I played more than anything Killer Instinct. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to get Killer Instinct when it was on sale, but I didn't have any money. But that's cool, man. Yeah. Good game for sure. Have you been playing with Wyland at all? Like the
No, I haven't. I try and log into our account, and it says our account. Yeah, you should try and log into our Podbean account. You should take a look at that.
Yeah, I'll take a
Well,
look
if
at
somebody's logged in, somebody else can't log in. That's
I closed it. I'm down.
that.
I'm
Yeah.
out.
I see it. I'll have to take care of that next week or the week after. We'll be back on Podbean for sure. But at least
Wow.
we're on YouTube. That sucks, man. Fuck. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that to
Are you
our
sure you
attention.
didn't forget to pay Podbean?
No, that's what happened. It expired, and I got to get back to paying that. But that requires money that I don't have right now. So,
Yeah.
like I said, couple weeks. All right. What have you been playing, Eric?
I've been playing a couple different games. I played some more Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey Redo. The review is on TotallyGN.com along with Forgotten Anne's review is finally up now. And hopefully later, if not already, the review for Coda Realized Bouquet of Rainbows is up. As well as Blossom Tales, but that's on VogNetwork.com.
Okay.
That's the Switch version of Blossom Tales. It's more of an impressions than a review, because I talked most about the game in my preview, and then I did a review of the actual game when I finished playing it, most of it. Got like to the end of the game, and then I felt that was good enough, and I never got around to actually finishing it, even though I'm in the final area. But the Switch version, I need to play more and actually finish it this time. Hopefully when somebody makes a guide, because I'm having a hard time figuring out all the secrets, because one of the problems with the game is that it doesn't have a really good legend for the map. The map's really primitive, so like it's hard to tell what you've done and what you haven't done, or what you need to do. But that's just a little preview of the review. But other than that, I decided I'd picked up to pick up Assassin's Creed Origins as I found it on Newegg for $30. Finished it in a weekend in a couple days. And that was the main game. And I spent at least 40 hours playing that because it is a pretty big game. And the reason why it took so long is because it's one of the game's weak points. You're pretty much forced to play the side quest, otherwise you'll be too weak to fight the stronger guys. I know it's supposed to be a stealth game, you should probably avoid combat, but combat's totally doable in this game. Because, like, otherwise trying to stealth it completely is very, very difficult. And, like, if you're having real trouble, you could do the in-game microtransaction system, which is gross because it's microtransactions. But Ubisoft said it's okay because it's in-game currency. You don't have to spend real-world money. It's still gross.
Yeah.
But Assassin's Creed Origins is a highly refined version of their franchise. So it is the best playing Assassin's Creed Origins, especially since it has RPG elements that make the game a little bit more palatable, and it feeds into that reptilian part of your brain that says, I want more loot and stronger gear.
Yeah.
But the story is interesting, but like I said, like, you're doing all side quests there are points in the game where you have to do side quests in order to have a high enough level in order to do missions without having a too terrible time. But I felt like the biggest problem with this game is that there aren't enough set pieces, and most of the side quests are repetitive because they're usually the same type of side quests. And it kind of reminds me of all the busy work that you play in a normal overworld game, and that's Ubisoft's big problem. It's like they're all pretty much the same, except they changed out the skin and the lore and the stuff like that. It's like, so it's more of a pick your poison, unless you happen to like every single thing Ubisoft does because you're some kind of zealot or something, or sycophant. But so I'm kind of underwhelmed with this game. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Oh,
Like lots of other people are giving it like 9s and 10s. So, like, are you biased, or did you really like it that much because you're easily contented?
Well, I'm easily contented. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Are you done with your games, Eric?
Other than that, I played The Last Guardian, which I'll have a review for next week because I'm not quite finished with it. I'm like at the very end part.
Okay, cool.
I could say about that is that, and you really need a PS4 Pro because the frame rate issues, while not rampant, are frequent enough to be like, yeah, this is not good.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, other than that, it's janky as hell because it's a Team Ico game, and they're always janky.
Yeah. All right. I've been playing a little bit of MPQ. As I said earlier, I played a little Red Dead Redemption on the Xbox One. It looks pretty, man. I can't believe that's a 360 game. It looks really good, and a little bit of Alien Isolation.
Yeah, there was to get back to what Dungeon Bros were saying about side quests were great. It's like, yeah, there were a few good standout ones that have meaty story content, but a lot of them are most like just go here and do this thing that you did in another side quest, only with different characters involved.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to our reviews. You already did your Assassin's Creed one, Eric. Let's do your Not Wolverine 2 review, spoiler free, please.
Not Wolverine 2 is a story about a person who's not Wolverine. It's Deadpool 2. It's like, yeah. I like this movie a lot more than the first one, even though it's like, it's on the same quality, but I liked it more just simply because there's more mutant action going on in this movie.
Yeah.
And it's like the first movie was an origin story, so it's like, of course, it's not going to be terribly interesting. It was, the first movie was more about, this is a franchise that we're gonna make, and this is how we're gonna sell you to it. So this is Deadpool. He's wacky and funny and goofy and stupid and stuff like that. So it keeps that vibe, but yeah, a lot more mutant involvement makes it more interesting.
Yeah. All right. So what are you gonna give Not Wolverine 2?
I'm gonna give it a 8.5.
8.5 out of 10. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. All
I
right.
give the first one an 8, so yeah, it's better than that.
Yeah, I'm gonna give, like, I wanted to do a Jessica Jones season 2 review last week.
Break, you can come back now.
Yeah, you can come back now, Break. Break, you back?
We might have to message him.
Yeah, message Break, Eric, while I talk about stuff. They're talking about in chat, me not paying the bill, which is right. That's really weird. They didn't notify me. That's what happened. But anyways, Jessica Jones season 2. I'm in full agreement with Break. Like, Jessica Jones, she's just not a likable character this season. Like, I know the first season was kind of the same. But I totally agree with Break. Jessica Jones season 2. No, there's no really likable characters. I mean, that Malcolm guy was pretty likable until towards the end, but still, yeah, I don't know what to say about the season. I was highly disappointed. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, me too. I thought the first season was so good.
Yeah.
You know what bothers me? I asked a while back about when Voltron season 5 was coming on Netflix. Apparently, it's been on there for a while now.
Wow. All right, so now we're on to our stinkos. Breakman, you have a stinko.
Oh, my stinko goes to. This is where the show goes completely off the rails for new guy in chat. And for the first half of the show, we talk a lot of JRPGs and RPGs, the gaming in general and stuff like that. But now we start talking about like anything we want to, I guess, depending on what's going on.
Yeah.
And what's going on for me is there's something that's happening. We call these stinkos, which means this is shit.
Yeah.
Stuff we hated hearing about that week.
Yeah.
Pretty much. This is from USA Today. It's just one example of many. What's going on is I'll just go ahead and read some of this. CEOs aren't disclosing their real compensation. The pay gap is much worse than you think. Yes,
I think we all knew this though.
This is something that we all knew, but now we are finally starting to get concrete numbers on. And this is, in my opinion, probably the worst, the biggest problem in America right now. And I'm not saying like the biggest problem in life, and I'm not saying this is worse than cancer. It's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But as far as like a country, I think this is the biggest problem. What's wrong with America right now? As the CEO of the company is making far more than everybody else on the staff.
Yeah.
Beginning this year, public companies must compare the pay of their CEOs with that of their median employee, required by Dodd-Frank. And I don't say this often, but thank you, Obama.
Yeah, exactly.
I really don't say that often. Disclosure of the CEO pay ratio has produced some jaw-dropping numbers. Aptiv, a maker of auto parts, I don't know what auto parts they make, reported that its CEO made 2,526 times more than its median employee.
Yeah.
Are you hearing me, Frank?
I'm hearing you, dude. Like I
2,526 times.
Yeah.
What the average employee makes.
Yeah, this is a huge deal. Like we talked about this before.
This is why, and like I said, and like you were saying, we talked about this before when we were saying how things back in like the 50s and 60s were better for employees because they were taking home more money. And I don't know if this article references it, but I did see like another article comparing kind of numbers of today compared to back in the 60s. And minus the racism and everything else back then. But employees versus CEO wealth, the CEO was taking home about 30 times what the regular employees was. Now they're taking home, for in this case, 2,500 times.
Yeah.
The CEO, and just to read some more, the CEO pay ratio was 2,483 to 1 at the temp agency Manpower Group. 1,804 to 1 to an amusement park owner at Six Flags. 1,465 to 1 to Del Monte Produce. And this is just the CEO.
Yeah. Well, look, we've talked about this before, Break. Like, at what point is enough money enough money? You know? And I think this goes along with this tax cut. Like, not only are these guys getting paid what they're getting paid, but they're going to get a huge raise based on those tax cuts. You know, it's like...
They manipulate the system in ways that were never meant to be used.
Yep.
But, you know, and our government aids them in doing it.
Yep, absolutely. It's crazy. It's just crazy, man. What, even at 30 times I could see, I mean, that's
30
reasonable.
times is a lot of money, but at the same time, it's like, well, that guy owns the company,
Yeah.
so I want him to be happy too, but he's making sure his employees are getting paid too.
Yeah.
But when you're giving the boss, the guy at the top, that much of a differential between him and the rest of the staff, there's a problem.
Yeah.
If that guy's not doing as much work, that much work to earn that kind of compensation, you know. When you're that high up, you're more of a figurehead than somebody who's actually doing anything.
Yeah.
You sign off on paperwork. You tell people you go do that, and they do it for you.
Yeah, I don't even know. There's not much more I can add to that, Break. We've talked about this ad nauseum before. Like, there is a wage gap, and it's really weird. They went with the median employee. Can you imagine their entry level? It's probably like something like 5,000 to 1.
That doesn't include stock options, actually.
Oh yeah, not to mention stock options and golden parachutes.
And you're right. Like the entry level employees, like the differential is going to be humongous. But the people who have been there for, 5-10 years, something like that, when they get pay rate increases, they're getting marginal increases. They're not getting something to. Whereas they're getting a marginal increase, the CEO's getting these huge increases, and they're not there. It's, I don't know.
It's
sickening. Like we said, back in the 50s and 60s, you can work an average job and have a family and a house.
Yeah.
That just doesn't work anymore. It doesn't.
See, back in the day,
technically, we should be getting at least somebody like me should be getting double what I earn now.
Yeah, well, $15.
I think a lot of us should be getting about double what we earn now.
Yeah, well, in my case, that's zero, so, it could be 100 times.
Good for you, Frank.
Yeah,
you mean from zero to an actual dollar?
Yeah, exactly.
So, going back to Active, the CEO, after you add in gains and his options from his shares of stock, 5,760 to 1.
Oh, geez, see, that's what I'm saying. Like,
because a lot of these companies, they give the CEO stock shares without charging them any fees or anything like that. That is the type of things that they charge the regular employees.
Yeah.
They get their benefits just on top of benefits. It's ridiculous. Oh, here we go. Scrolling down a little. From 1978, which is the year I was born, to 2016, inflation-adjusted CEO compensation for S&P 500 CEOs rose 937%. While typical workers' real wages grew only 11%.
Yeah, what a shocker there.
That's right there. Like, it sums it up.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like, the guy at the top is taking all the money.
Yeah, that's the case with all the banks. That crook that they had at Wells Fargo when they were defrauding customers and creating accounts, and customers' name was
and all those guys only get slaps on the wrist.
Yeah,
they don't get really punished. The only way those guys ever get punished is if they screw over rich guys.
Yep. That's absolutely true. And it's not that way in other countries. Like other countries, those CEOs, if they aren't on the up and up, they do get put in jail for bullshit.
America like far outpaces other countries in CEO earning wage gap.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Is there a solution? I guess is the question. And I say
well, I know there are states that are talking about taxing CEOs for that, but that doesn't benefit the people.
No.
That doesn't benefit the employees in any way. There have to be other ways. I don't know.
Yeah, there has to be other ways.
I mean, there are a lot of other ways, and we can definitely talk about them. But I was looking at the time, and it's really late.
Yeah, let's move on to mine real quick. Santa Fe shooting today. Santa Fe, Texas. That is not New Mexico. 10 people dead. 10 people injured. Gun control. Anyone? I mean, can we? I mean, what was it? 3 months ago we had the Parkland shooting, and now we got this Santa Fe shooting. Like, is it? Have we had enough, America? Have we had enough?
I wonder if laws were enforced in this case, because I don't know anything. I didn't get a chance to look into it, anything. But we know in the Parkland shooting, like there are things against the law that weren't punished.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's no reason.
Yeah. Well.
Sorry, I didn't mean to belch. I was trying to pause it.
That's right.
But there's no reason he should ever had a gun, but still, because we have laws in the books that aren't even being enforced.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
I mean, and there are laws that we need to add. There's so many changes. There's so much that has to be done, but people don't want to. I don't know.
The Seal says, "LOL. I'm glad I'm European," and yeah.
So we're at in Europe. It's got to be late for you.
I'm gonna guess Ireland, maybe. That's my guess. I don't know.
Is that what we're doing now? We're gonna guess.
Yeah,
like,
we're gonna guess. I guess Ireland.
Are we trying to make it mad? Are we trying to put small?
UK. There you go. UK.
Yeah, Ireland's technically the UK, but it's also at the same time not. So
I wasn't too far off, but it's 1:30.
It's only 1:30 there. That's not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. It's what?
Yeah, sorry, we're a bunch of Yanks over here in Ohio.
bunch of Yanks.
Me and Eric are the closest to you because it's only 8:30 here.
Yeah, and it's 6:30 p.m. here, so it's 1:30 a.m. there. So no wonder. A part of Ireland is. Yeah, you're right. You're correct, CL. Yeah, you absolutely. The bigger
South
part
Ireland.
South. Yeah. All right. So that's my stinko. I don't know what else it's going to take for our lawmakers to, do the right thing.
Well, here's the last time we made sweeping gun law changes is when the president got shot.
Yeah.
It's honest truth. I mean, like, that was the last time that they all came together and they're like, oh yeah, we definitely can't have it because the Republican president got shot.
Yeah.
But I mean, Republicans are so in the pockets of the NRA. I mean, it's not all of them, but the vast majority of them are at this point.
Yeah.
Because they're just so falling in the line with Trump and.
Yeah. Is today Brakeman Day?
No, that's coming up.
Oh, okay.
That's my Sweeto. Why would you roll my Sweet?
I don't know. I was looking and I was like, "Is today the day?" This is make Brakeman Cry Day, I guess. I don't know what this is.
I'm emotional.
Drink
Eric.
the sweet nectar of Brake's tears.
Eric, what's your stinko of the week, man?
My stinko of the week, well, it's part of the sweeter because the machine at work got fixed, but it introduces a couple other problems, so not really. But hopefully that will get resolved because hopefully there'll be a swift resolution to getting the new machine.
Yeah.
And we all won't have to deal with that old machine anymore.
Yeah.
But the actual sweeto would be, well, I guess the announcement of that the Curse of the Moon is going to be released so quickly.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I like the title, how the title is basically a punch in the face to Konami. It's like, yeah, let's just take Curse of Darkness and Circle of the Moon's titles and mash them together.
Yeah.
And make it a Castlevania 3 tribute.
Yeah.
But, I guess, being able to take a day off from all that nonsense at work is sweet.
Yeah.
But, I do have a stinko, and I never got around to my stinko.
Yeah, I asked you for your stinko.
But, well, I did talk about work, so that kind of works in it. But, there's going to be a new Thundercats cartoon, and I'm not sure if it's going to be good, because the art style has me alarmed.
Yeah, it looks like shit. It really does.
I mean, they're going for the gumball comedy route, but I'm worried that's going to end up like Teen Titans Go and the new Powerpuff Girls, which is just going to be awful.
Yeah.
Because those shows are awful. Especially since that type of show seems to be very popular on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, CL says...
Yeah, I see Teen Titan Go marathons on all the time.
Like, it could be good. It could have like Sonic Boom level writing where that saves the show. But it's like, this isn't the revival I don't think we deserve.
Yeah. I blame MXT.
Yeah. And the CL says in chat, looks like Teen Titans Go. And so if you don't know...
Yeah. Thundercats Roar is the name of the show, by the way. And Warner Brothers... Considering this is Warner Brothers and how shady they've been the last few years, they're probably going to be super cheap on it.
Yeah, it looks like shit, man. I can't believe they did this, but
it's like on Cartoon Network you've got like two extremes. You've got stuff like Teen Titans Go, and you've got the Adult Swim lock, which is like very gross and poorly animated and ugly character design shows like Mr. Pickles. And
yeah,
then you've got anime on there, which the problem with the Toonami block is that it's all shonen, or it's extremely violent, or it's this between the two extremes there. And you'll never get something like Sakura Trick or like a serious drama show.
CL says his fucking man bun is triggering him. Yeah, I agree, man. In no instance is a man bun cool.
Lionel's man bun?
Lionel's man bun. Not even that, man. This guy sucks.
I don't know what he's talking about. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he's correct. No instance is a man bun. So it doesn't matter, really. There's no instance when a man bun is cool.
Yeah. So I think that's established. All right, let's move on to your Sweeto break. What is your Sweeto that I already ruined?
Gosh, I guess. That's
what you say.
Go ahead, break.
What did he say?
I have no idea what he said.
No. Well, back to like Adult Swim. Like I miss the days when Adult Swim was so much fun. I loved old Adult Swim.
Yeah.
I think the problem is like Aqua Teen Hunger Force was such a big hit for them that so many comedies tried to copy that kind of thing, and the Eric and what's that other guy's name? Like shows like that were so popular. Eric. Yeah, Tim and Eric. Like shows like that were so popular.
There's also live action shows on the Adult Swim blog during the weekdays, but they're also of the same kind of caliber.
Yeah.
It's like you completely misnumbered the word adult, and then you've took it to mean toilet humor that's violent and bloody sometimes.
Yeah, Samurai Jack was a good Adult Swim for sure. CL's mentioned.
Yeah, I was a long-time fan of Samurai Jack, so I was happy when it came back, and they did. Like, basically, that's always kind of what I wanted with Samurai Jack, was it to be a little bit more adult, and so it was perfect for me.
Yeah.
But
I don't mind violent shows, but if that's all Toonami has, I'm kind of tired of the entire thing. I kind of want them to branch out and make drama shows, but they won't do that because drama shows won't sell because people suck and they only like certain things. They don't want to expand their horizons.
They want this irrelevant humor. They really want that.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's just not that good. Like Squidbillies.
Yeah.
I think that show's still on the air, and ugh.
It is. There's also Rick and Morty as a toxic fan base now.
I know that's really popular. I've never watched it.
I want to watch that show on streaming, but the only place that streams it is Hulu. And I don't have Hulu, and I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah.
Also, the fan base kind of turned me off of watching the show.
Yeah. Did you have a Sweeto break?
Like, is this show really that good if these kind of people like it?
Yeah. Break, did you have a Sweeto this week that I ruined already?
Yes. Next Tuesday is Breakman Day, so happy Breakman Day! Celebrate everybody.
Yep, happy Breakman Day. Yeah.
As I mentioned a little earlier when we were talking on the news, I was born in 1978.
Oh, wow!
So if you can't do the math, that means I'll be 40 on Tuesday.
Holy shit, man! 40 years old, man. I wonder what it's like. Let me know. Break.
You're a liar. You're gonna be 45, aren't
How
you?
dare you? How dare you, man?
45,000 maybe.
Yeah, 45,000. That's what it feels like, man, for sure. So yeah, man. I hope you have a happy birthday.
I bet when Frank wakes up in the morning, he does the whole Mum-Ra awakening routine.
How dare you?
Transform this undead form to Frank Ra, the ever living.
How dare you? How dare you? See. We get a new chatter in, and this is what you guys do. I mean, what is wrong with you guys? Like, are you guys like mentally ill? Like, what's going on? Did somebody piss in your Wheaties? Like,
for Frank's age because he refuses to tell us how actually old he is.
Bridget says, "Happy Breakman Day, Break. I want to listen to Goblin after the show." Oh boy, get out of here.
It's Goblin.
Exiled. Jesus Christ, man.
I don't think I want to know now, actually.
No, Goblin's cool. They did the music for Suspiria and a bunch of other things. Here, I'll play a little bit.
Also, I'm wondering where Freak is because he
I know. Up. What happened to Freak?
Oh, there he is.
What? Holy shit! A wild Freak 5 appears. Wow,
folks.
Yeah, wow.
We tried to tell everybody we were psychic, and for those who don't believe us, more for it.
All right, here's a little bit of Suspiria's or Goblin's Suspiria theme. I'll go ahead and play this while we talk about other stuff because I don't want.
Yeah, we got Valve to talk about how lame they are.
Yeah. Well, let me do my stinko real quick. But Goblin put out some good music for those movies. We just got done watching. I didn't know Suspiria was like a trilogy, but how dare you, CL? I ain't gonna get no copyright.
This is free advertisement. Don't sue us.
Don't sue us, man. But anyways, Dario Argento did a hell of a trilogy, man. It's Suspiria, then Inferno, and then it's The Mother of Tears. So yeah, it was.
We held on Stinkos for a long time just for Freak.
Yeah, and we also watched Tenebrae. So we kind of had a Dario Argento marathon, which was really cool. But I didn't know that was a trilogy. It's actually interesting how those three movies kind of intersect. They're separate movies, but they do intersect. It's weird, but all right. My Sweeto of the week is the FBI informant that's been in Trump's circle for, I don't know, since he became president. I guess a leak came out that the FBI had an informant in the Trump campaign or the Trump administration. So I'm wondering who the informant is, man. But this is good news because this gets us one closer to getting the orange nutbag out of office. Like, seriously. So that's
call him a nutmeg.
Nutbag.
Oh, nutbag.
Nut job. Nutbag. Idiot. Whatever else the world thinks. Idiot comes to mind. Embarrassment.
He's worse than Zaphod Beeble Brooks.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
man.
Definitely. We learned that he was actually pretending.
You know, if Trump was in the movie Revenge of the Nerds, he'd be that jock, that big ugly jock that.
Don't insult him.
Oh,
don't insult Ogre, man.
Doesn't Ogre reform by the end?
He joins the good guys, in the sequel.
That's true. Let me think of another good example. There's plenty of good examples for the Cheeto, but I'll leave that for. But that's my Sweeto. Free for all. All right, Eric.
Jocks are just sports nerds.
Yeah.
It's like, why did they use that as an argument against him in the first movie? He would have joined them immediately.
Free fight.
He's more like Starscream, loud, whiny.
Yeah,
and
that's
he wants to be in charge, and nobody else can do the job better than him, type thing,
Yeah, you're right. That's there you go. I mean, Starscream.
Which is funny because Starscream's actually competent when he wants to be.
Oh, God, yeah. You can't even say that about Trump. If you took George W. Bush and you mixed him with Hitler, I think you'd have Trump. Only with they have more money, So
and higher IQs.
Yeah, and higher IQs.
Also, the story of Assassin's Creed Origin, it kind of eerily parallels what's going on in our country, because Julius Caesar in that game is basically Trump.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're exiled, Freak 5. He put a snow video in there. I thought he was talking about Snowden. I don't know why Snowden came to mind, but then he puts in a video, a link in the chat to a video of Snow's Informer. You're exiled for that, you son of a bitch, Freak 5. Jesus Christ, what am I playing? Okay. Valve's. This is how Eric framed the free for all today. Valve's bullshit new adult content policy. We talked a little bit before the show about this because I didn't know that they did this, Eric. But what is the gist of this? So
the gist is basically like they're claiming that they didn't know about the content of the games that got previously approved on their service, namely Honey Pop, Loopy Soft games, and the Loopy Soft games that have a pornographic content like Mutiny, but and Kindred Spirits on the Roof, because they claimed that they were pornography due to these new policies that they have set it up. So now they're asking takedowns for these developers, but the fact is they're not pornography, because games like Witcher have similar content, which is exposed torso nudity for females mainly. Because like even games like Lords of Shadow 2 have amnies where you can see titties. I mean, they're harpies, but they're titties. But so it's really weird they're going after these specific companies.
I wonder what the deal is there.
And it's entirely possible that they'll go after The Witcher as well eventually. It does seem a little hypocritical.
Oh boy, right, if they did that to The Witcher, you watch the outcry. That's all I'm saying, Eric, because you're right. It's hypocritical. You can't go after a certain company and then leave other companies like CD Projekt Red clean when they have even worse content. Like, I love The Witcher.
Yeah, it's like either Valve needs to put up and shut up and just allow adult content on their service, or make a separate service that you can get adult content on, so they don't have to have the problems with it having be on Steam, because apparently the way games work on Steam is that they still go under the ESRB rating, and technically an A-rated game's a no sale, because it's treated like a retail space.
Yeah. That
they have to ban pornographic content or even similar content that's approaching adult content.
Yeah.
But they need to re-examine their rules, and they need to be less tight-assed and puritanical, and like I said, either offer a different service, or how about this is just one of the many reasons Valve sucks and people should not put their games on that platform.
Yeah,
there are other platforms like GOG and Humble.
Yeah, I wish that you remember Breakman remembers back in the day, right? You'd go into
just because I'm turning 40 doesn't mean I remember the Stone Age, Frank.
How
so
dare
you gotta
you?
be more specific.
How dare you? But stay with me on this.
I didn't say you remember the Stone Age. You're more memorable
like
of that.
40,000.
How dare you, Break?
I know you remember the Jurassic period better.
How
You
dare
remember
you?
the creation of the universe.
How dare you all?
The Big Bang? That was
Exiled.
Frank farting.
Breakman,
That was Frank's
son of a
fart,
bitch.
actually.
God damn it. You guys suck. Anyways, Break. Remember back in the day, you remember, like, what, George Lopez? Back in the day when you would go into, like, let's say, they didn't have the big video chains, like Blockbuster Video or what was the other one? Major Video or
Blockbuster and Hollywood Video were the
Hollywood
big
Video.
ones, I remember.
Yeah, I remember Major Video.
And what was that? Network Video. That was like the back in the really old days, like that was the big one.
There's also Family Video, which still exists because they have an adult video section. That's
See,
probably why they
that's
still exist.
okay. That's what I was getting to. Do you remember
Smart
back?
business.
Yep, smart business. You remember
Although
back?
I don't think
Eric,
there's as many locations as there probably should be.
You remember back in the day, Break, when you could go into a video store and rent some VHS tapes, and in the back, in the covered, section, was an adults only section, and you could go there and rent adult videos. Why is there not another section on Steam and Valve and GOG and all that for adult games? That is
and they don't even have to be sexual to be adult.
No.
Or
Well, it'd
have
probably be
nudity.
too hard
Like,
to
just,
make a different section, so they'd have to make a different client.
Yeah.
well, whatever, like a room for for adults. Like,
Yeah.
do you ever? Let me.
It's like Arrowgate developers have tried to get around it by selling the edited version and then making a patch available on their website.
Yeah,
somewhere.
that's cool.
Do you ever want to go out to like a restaurant?
But it costs more to
Eric,
do that too.
hang on, Eric. Let Break explain.
Just you and your woman. You don't want to deal with the kids for a bit. Just like an adults only type. Can't we have that? Can't we have an adults only type place?
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that. The video game industry is so adultist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it really is.
It's not just the video game industry. It's like
you're right.
Large companies in general feel like they're above all this stuff.
Freak Five.
It's because they gear to the lowest denominator. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You mean Trump?
Family friendly, which is
family friendly,
which is a good way to get a lot of money, but it's also kind of a backwards way of doing business.
Yeah.
God help them if a mother complains about something.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I was walking to the store and my little son saw the word "butt." How am I going to explain the word "butt" to him? I don't know.
Well,
Be
you
a mother and fucking
explain
it to him.
Because sheltering your kid's a bad idea.
Oh my God! Most of these mothers are just bad mothers, and they're so overprotective. They don't teach their kids what they need to know,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
these kids go into society underprepared.
Yeah. Dungeon
become
says
rapist MRAs who think they're entitled to sex because
Yeah.
they've not been taught anything about respecting women.
it's so stupid.
They'll become insults.
whatever the case
Bane
may
of my
be,
existence.
Yeah, Dungeon says age checks on Steam are a joke. Age checks in general on the net are a joke, but look, porn is
All you
super.
do is
Hold
prove
on,
that you
Eric.
can click
Hold on,
buttons
Eric.
and read.
Hold on. Porn is super easily searched on the internet and watched. So
Yeah, I
to
forget
use-
the last time I paid for that. Oh, sorry, was that loud? Oh, my bad.
To use that as
mean,
an excuse is just beyond me. I don't understand how these companies don't take advantage of the fact that, you know what, the average gamer is 32 now, so 32 years old, and we can't have a section that's dedicated to adults only. And like Break said, it doesn't even have to.
Nintendo and Sony too. It's like they have an image problem. It's like
hold on.
we can't allow erotic games to be made for this platform because then people will freak, and we can't put it on the retail space because then the retailers will complain.
Yeah, but what if the opposite happens?
Why do the retailers have to complain? Why is this such a problem?
Yeah, but we got this thing called digital that you could just download. Why don't any of these places
why are they treating digital spaces like retail stores?
Yeah, they have full autonomy when it comes to that. You can put like even Breakman said it. You don't even have to have an adults only game in that section, right? You can have mature rated games like the Grand Theft Autos and the zombie games that are out, and Call of Duty and all those stuff that are M rated. Like you can have those games in the adult section. Then that gives parents peace of mind when their kids are purchasing games from the other section, the kids section, the section.
And it'd be nice, like, as adults, so we can, you can play and you can cuss and talk like adults and not worry about kids being around type stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sort of like how we do. That's right. You're absolutely right. It's Freak5 says, I'm sure it'll change in 20 years as the horny teens of today are making games and in charge of providing access. Right now,
it's not really it's not a lot up to them as much as it is up to like the retail companies. Like a lot of this is geared by Walmart and places like that. They don't want to sell adult content.
Yeah.
So Microsoft, they don't want to offend mothers. They don't want to offend Walmart. So they restrict. You can't put adult content on Microsoft. I think Sony's the same way.
Maybe if we had more adult-centric stores available instead of them being like this one store in this one part of New York or something.
Yeah.
Basically the world treats us all like we're children.
Yeah. The CL says credit card checks are the easiest way to see you're an adult. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, that reminds me. Like, Manga Gamer is a UK-based website, but like I can't buy anything on there unless I go through the trouble of whitelisting my Visa for my debit card, because apparently credit cards will be okay, but debit cards are a different story entirely. You have to get whitelisted for that stuff.
Yeah.
For buying anything overseas.
I mean,
so it's not like the fact that it's an adult thing I want to get. It's the fact that I'm going to a UK website.
You know,
so they should allow PayPal, and like they should maybe allow the use of torrenting for their files, because sometimes I can't even download some of their stuff, and it's preventing me from like actually playing Princess Evangel W, because one of the download links is broken and it stops downloading after a certain point.
Yeah.
If it were a torrent, it'd probably be a different story.
Eric, you brought up a good point but why do companies have to censor their content just so you can patch it later? Like, that shouldn't even be a thing in this country. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why we're so against nudity and sex in this country. It's so.
They also have to pay more for that if they're going to allow sex in the game through that method anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
But now Steam wants to kind of do away with that entire process in the first place.
It's so dumb.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I want games to start telling real relationship stories. You know, like I like what God of War is doing. Like I really want to. I really want to play that game. Like
you're a lewd fan for stuff. But
see, look, the CL.
I don't know if you call them like good narratives. I mean, some of them are, but
yeah. The CL.
So a lot of the times, like for like a game like Senjo no Mao, like the story's more important than the eroge scenes, and the eroge scenes seem like they were just thrown into there to cater to the otaku market in Japan that actually likes that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
because they don't feel like they're connected to the story at all.
Yeah, the CL says here in Europe we don't care. See, that's my point. Like it shouldn't matter here, but it does. But violence.
I know. In Europe, you're more concerned about guns and violence. In America, it's like all on.
Which is why South Park is banned.
Yeah,
that's weird. Like, oh my god, I would.
Well, it's not banned. It was edited, but you know.
Freak5 says
you can't get the full South Park experience in Steam.
Eric has and I haven't, so if you spoil anything, I will come to this computer screen.
Yeah, I have not seen Deadpool 2 yet. Freak5.
Yeah.
I want to go tomorrow.
I have to see
Wolverine
2.
I want to go.
Mrs. Breakman needs to see the first one, and then we're gonna go see it.
Okay.
They were playing double features like last night.
I want to see it, but now that I found out that our Podbean needs to be renewed, that changes things quite a bit. So.
Oh yeah, and there's only 2 post-credit sequences, and they're actually like mid-credit sequences.
No spoilers. Freak5 says it was fucking awesome. I bet it was, but you know.
Deadpool is in it. Spoiler! Sorry.
Yeah, Cable is in it too, he said.
Oh, just spoiler.
Oh, also that weird character Shatterstar's in it.
Yeah. Maybe I can sell a bunch of games and get our
although if you saw the trailers,
back.
you probably saw them already.
Yeah. Alright, Dungeon says spoilers, it's super gory. Cool. That's
spoilers, people die.
Yeah. There you go. All right, I think that's all we have the time for today, guys.
Mrs. Breakman showed me the picture of what Deadpool's doing as far as advertisements in some Walmart locations. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not.
Yeah.
But basically replacing the covers of Warner Brothers movies with his face.
That's awesome.
And his image. So like
Because fuck Warner Brothers.
it's all the good, bad, and the ugly is him with a cowboy hat, and like they're all every type of movie replaced with him in it. Office Space, you know that you have that dude covered in Post-it notes, and there's a guy behind him.
Yeah.
Deadpool's the guy behind him now, type stuff. Like,
That's awesome, man.
It's really great advertisement. I love that.
Freak Five's asking if there's a Stan Lee cameo. I'm not sure there is. I haven't seen
I read there is. Unfortunately, I did see some port of sweat.
Yeah.
I could tell you, but then who knows?
The CL says thought he stopped doing cameos because he's too old. No, he's still kicking.
He did a cameo in Infinity War.
Yeah, he was in Infinity War.
He's busy. He's suing everybody.
Yeah.
I don't think they do the cameos in the non-Marvel cinematic universes movies.
Yeah. Well, apparently there was a cameo of Stan Lee in.
If there was, I must have missed it because he must have been in the background because he wasn't prominent.
It's he blink and you'll miss it type cameo apparently.
Yeah.
From
all
what I
right,
read.
Eric.
It was one of those like I saw the headline. I was like I'm not reading that.
Yeah.
Can't read it.
I don't wait. I could tell you, but I don't know if it really counts as a cameo.
No. Don't. I don't want to hear any spoilers. Nothing.
That's why I didn't think of it before now.
Yeah. Also, Laurel Organi said the CL.
I'm not speaking to you anymore.
Yeah,
You're banned from our chat.
Freak Five says
you gotta go now.
Yeah, Freak Five says, well, the MCU probably has tons of cameos recorded in advance. That's true
maybe,
too.
But
all right, break.
I don't want to talk about the Laurel
Yeah.
thing. Just go to skeptic.com to learn about that.
Yeah, break.
They'll explain why it's a weird scientific phenomenon.
Yeah, break. Your plugs, please.
You can follow me at RPGrinders on Twitter, and apparently we've lost a lot of websites lately. So
I know, man.
please text us there because we're disappearing from the internet lately.
Yeah.
And you can follow me at break_man on Twitter.
All right, Eric, your plugs.
You could find reviews I've written on sites like TotallyGN.com, VogNetwork.com, BostonBastardBrigade.com, and HonestGamers.com. If you like what you've read, you could consider giving me at least $1 or equivalent on my Patreon. That'd be Eric Kelly. Just type a search there, and I'd be writing reviews and doing videos. Although I haven't done videos in a while, but I do have a YouTube channel that's Funny T Man, or you can find me on Twitter if you just want to follow me on Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't post too often because I'm usually busy reviewing.
All right.
Or at work.
I don't think he wanted me to say this, but Freak said I'll see us later. He's got to take a shit.
That's too much information, man.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
Anything else, Eric?
Have a good weekend. If you can see Deadpool 2, see it.
All right. My plugs are as follows. Follow us on Twitter at RPGrinders. If you
ask us relationship advice or questions about video games or would you rathers. We used to do those all the time. Would you rathers?
Yeah.
If you're having a problem, like I don't know, you come home from work and you find your wife in bed with another man, well, if you haven't shot him, I don't know why you're asking me any questions. Jeez. Yeah. Be a man, shoot him. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see.
You shouldn't be asking me questions. You should be in prison right now. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. You can follow me on Twitter at Frank Branches. Personally, I haven't tweeted much lately. I have a lot on my mind, but and now I got to add getting our Podbean account back, which is man, this is a pain in the ass. Fucking Podbean didn't notify me, but whatever.
Why should they? I mean, I think that's one of the reasons people hated them.
The CL wants to know how to get Ocarina in Legend of Zelda. Ocarina of Time, the Triforce.
I'm pretty sure if you keep playing the plot, the game gives it to you.
Yeah. Yes, you can ask us anything. I can't promise it'll be the correct answer, but we'll answer it for you for sure.
Yeah, we never said it'd be good.
Yeah.
Or
Alright,
right.
that's-
Or
Oh,
act-
he said
anyway.
Ocarina, not Ocarina of Time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They must be in the very beginning then.
Yeah.
He has
All
to go
right.
sorry, I think.
All right. And that's about it. I don't think I have anything more. We do have a GoFundMe. If you search RP Grinders on GoFundMe, you'll find it there, and maybe that can help us get back into top form. Other than that, you can see us on YouTube. All the shows are there. The past whatever shows are there, and Twitch every Friday at 7 Eastern time. All right, guys, have a safe weekend. We want to see you back here next week. Until then,
Before we leave, I have another relationship recommendation.
Okay.
Look, if your girlfriend, you've just gotten in a relationship, or maybe it's early on stuff, if she sends you nude pics, don't post them online. Just send them to me. Sorry.
There you go. Oh yeah, that's a good PSA, man. I like that because
you don't send them. Don't put them online, man. Don't do that. That's wrong.
Yeah, that's
What we
wrong. Let Break do it at RP Grinders on the Twitter. And, all right, guys, have a
I'm
safe
gonna
weekend.
be very busy.
Wait till he starts getting nudes of men. Then we'll see. All right.
I'll post
Until
those
next
too.
week. Stay safe this weekend. We want to see you back
There's
next
naked
week.
men. Look at this. Oh, that's another penis. And there's another penis. Okay, guys. I've seen penises. Okay, all right. More. Okay. God
Yep.
damn.
Stay safe this weekend. Till then, we're out. Later, guys.
Yeah. Don't send me penises.
Send Break a bunch of penis pics. Break loves all the penis pics he can get. All right, everybody in chat, thank you so much. See y'all, thanks for joining us for the first time. Dungeon, as always, MXT was in there. Freak 5 was in there for a very short time. Dungeon was in there. I think I mentioned that. Who else? Did I miss anybody? I don't think I missed anybody. Thank you guys so much.
Newcomer Seal.
Yeah, I see all. I said see all. Thanks. Thanks for joining, for sure. Join us next week for more of the same.
Yeah. Hopefully, we do this every Friday.
Yeah.
7 p.m. Eastern. I guess
I
that's.
mean, I'm kind of confused. Is he asking about the Ocarina or the Triforce? Because I'm pretty sure the Triforce is a story item. Can't miss it.
CL
With the
says,
Ocarina, you have to go to the Lost Woods and find Syria.
yeah. Ooh, the Lost Woods song is awesome. Some of the porn stars you watched are dead. Yes, a lot of the porn stars I watched are dead. But all right, guys, take care. We're out. Thank you so much. Later, guys.